So I spent some time talking this morning about the results of our latest Global Shared Services Survey, the 2019 survey. And one of the interesting things I pulled out was the fact that there's a renewed focus on continuous improvement. There's obviously a lot on digital transformation and robotics, but I was wondering why that was. Why is there a renewed focus on continuous improvement? And I think the reason is that people have been trying to implement RPA over the past 2 or 3 years and are finding that the processes are so unstandardized and so broken that they have to go back and spend time fixing those broken processes, hence the focus on CI. One of the enablers for that is to set in place a global process ownership structure, to have GPOs who then own the CI. In fact, if we look at what the GPOs, the global process owners, do, there are 4 things. Firstly, there's the lighthouse role, to look externally, to look for best practice and find out what others are doing. Secondly, to implement that across the organization globally, that best practice. Thirdly, to keep those processes standard going forward. And fourthly, to continuously improve them. And you really need 2 levers to make this work. So we heard last year from Kellogg's, and I talked about the fact that Steve Rudderham, the GBS leader, had 7 GPOs. They all reported to him as GBS leader, but they also had a role in the executive of the functions they came from. So they sat, for example, the hire to retire GPO sat on the HR exec. So he put them in a very senior place in the organization, both within the functions and in the global process and in the GBS center. And secondly, there were people of significance within the organization. They weren't just randomly picked because they had some spare time. So again, the hire to retire person was previously the head of HR in the US, therefore had gravitas within the organization.